Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
I am Ashley Montero.
Yeah.
Hello, Ashley Montero.
Hello.
Ashley Montero is in the building.
Yeah.
Hi. It's so exciting. I can't believe you're here.
Yeah, I know.
You look so studious. You have your glasses on today. You're like, you have your paper and your pen, and you're very ready to go.
Mm-hmm. I have lots of notes.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
That's
good.
what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ashley, my question for you would be, do you watch a lot of Lifetime, or what's your experience with Lifetime?
Okay, so on my own, I don't watch a lot of Lifetime, but my mom watches Lifetime, so I'll,
It's usually the case.
Yeah, I'll catch little snippets of her watching it. It happened I guess I watched it more when I was younger, but growing up, I was like, this is garbage. No offense. But yeah, so I've recently seen her watching.
You're going to be
all
saying
of
no
Lifetime.
offense a lot, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Okay. But yeah, lots of
Right.
terrible stuff.
Well, and there you go. And that's why we have been talking recently, and you're just texting me my mom's watching this one. And have you ever heard of it? And I'm like, yes, I actually have.
Yes.
I've seen that.
I've heard
I've seen all of them. There's one that you were texting me about somebody strangling someone
Yeah.
with two hands.
The three-armed guy.
And then a magical third hand comes and slaps her across the face.
It's just I'm a sucker for continuity. And so both of his hands were around her neck. And then in the next shot, his hand is reaching out because she's strangling him back. I don't know what the movie was called. I can't remember now.
Doesn't matter.
But
My-
you see his hand come up, but he's still strangling her. So it's where did this third hand come from?
It's like Octoman, maybe.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, we're not here to talk about Octoman,
Okay.
Lifetime's classic 2016 movie. we're here.
I would watch the shit out of Lifetime
Yes,
movies.
that would be the Lifetime
if that
movie
was-
you're allowed
Yeah,
to watch.
yes.
We're here to talk about an equally problematic title, My Stepfather's Secret.
Okay.
Now, Drew,
yeah.
if I were to tell you My Stepfather's Secret, do you have an idea of what the secret could be?
That he's a murderer or a rapist or something or
Cool.
something like that,
Yeah,
right?
you would hope so.
You would, I would hope he'd be a murderer.
That'd be
or
the
a rapist.
logical secret.
Right.
This secret, get ready. It's a secret. It's such a secret
Yeah.
that I don't think the
don't tell
cast
you.
knew what was going on. The director didn't know.
No.
The writer had an idea,
But didn't put it
but
down.
no one understood.
Wow.
You know?
Okay.
So
That's fun.
we'll see how this goes. Also, the title is a little porny. And,
Yeah.
The actors in the movie are also named a little porny, okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let me start with Kevin Sizemore.
Okay.
Okay, that's real. That's a real person in this movie.
Wait, who's Kevin?
He's the dad.
That's the dad's name?
Well, that's the actor's name.
Oh, okay. Because I never got the dad's name.
Oh, we'll get it. Paris Smith,
Yeah. Pretty porny. Pretty porn.
Eddie McClintock.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that being a porn star.
Yeah. And then not a porn star, Vanessa Marcil. We love
Right,
Vanessa
she's not-
Marcil.
she's
Yeah,
not a porn
she's
star.
great. She's on General Hospital.
Oh.
And some other shows.
Was that the mom?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I recognized her.
She's in a lot of Lifetime movies playing the same character, like a confused mother who's dating someone terrible.
No, honey.
So she's nailed it down. She's nailed that
He's
down.
fine. I love him.
Yes.
Actual lines.
Actual lines.
Boom.
So we're jumping right in. We start off with a husband and a father, of course.
Okay.
And he's stuck late at work, okay? He's on the phone with his daughter.
Ugh.
He's typing on a computer or doing some type of
Like coding, I think it
coding.
was.
Yeah. So it's a lot of slashes and
Just look like the
It
Matrix.
literally, it said cryptic messages. And
right. It's like MDOS.
Yeah.
Sure. Very high tech. And his daughter's like, hey, Dad, can you pick me up some baking soda? And he's like, are you doing a volcano science project? And she's like, how'd you know? How'd you know, Pops?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I will pick that up on my way home at the store. I'm like, he's never going to make it home, is he? Classic last words, right?
Yep.
So I'm expecting him to go to the store and like get like caught in like a robbery and like maybe saving someone.
Yeah.
No. That's too simple for this writer. I'm going to look at the writer because I'm sorry, writer. I'm just going to name drop you a lot in this one because this was wild. The writer's name is Stephen Lyons.
Yeah, Stephen Lyons.
You know,
Yeah.
He's written a good amount of things. Killer Instinct, Jag. He's been on Jag.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, the old.
Oh wait, those are crew.
Good old
porn
Jag.
titles.
My Stepfather's Secret, Framed by My Fiance, A Mother's Crime, Dying to Be Loved. These are all movies that this person has written.
Yeah.
So you're doing great, sweetie.
Making that money.
Yes, good for you. So what happens here is he's like, the father is closing up the shop or the computer place.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It-
He's
it
like
was
turning out the
it's
lights.
like an office
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And for some reason,
business.
he goes up on the roof.
Yeah, no, he's okay. So he's like leaving. He passes through this hallway, and he's
Okay.
like, okay, the door's open. That's weird. I'm gonna exit through the roof because my helicopter's gonna come and get me or something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And
And-
he's like going up the roof, and then we see a hooded figure following him up the stairs.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
think he knows
Okay.
that
Okay.
someone's following him because he's kind of like suspicious. But the roof.
The
Okay.
roof, not
The
a good
roof.
place to go.
No.
And he turns around and he sees the hood figure and he's like, "Hey, why are you following me?"
Yeah.
And the hooded figure's like, gun, pulls out a gun. Okay.
Did he
And
say gun?
He
He's like,
says, gun.
Gun.
And
Gun.
the father husband is like, "You don't have to do this. You don't do this. Why
Yeah.
are you doing this?
Stop it!
Stop doing this."
I have to get baking soda for my child.
Yeah, you know. And I brought a clip today because it can't be explained. I'm so sorry, listeners. I know podcasts are in audio form, but I'm going to show Drew this clip, and then
Okay.
he'll explain it
Maybe.
because Drew, they needed your help on the graphics on this one. Okay.
Okay.
I thought it was beautiful.
Okay. It's a choice.
Okay.
Here we go. Very darkly filmed.
Man, put the gun away. What do you... Put the gun down, dude. It's not funny. Okay, come on. Just don't do this. Take whatever you want. Don't do this. Why are you doing this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening, Drew?
So the you see the barrel of the gun when it's fired. That effect that was used in that,
yes.
I would have probably used to like show a supernova in space.
Right. It's the bullet coming out of the
And
gun.
it's this
Yeah.
the bullet's coming out of the gun and coming right at you. Mm-hmm. And it's this like silvery bullet just.
Yeah. Has
Oh,
little
is it a werewolf?
freckles on
Is
it.
that what it is? Is that what it is?
It seemed like that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
seemed like one of those movies, like a Twilight movie or something like that. Like,
Yeah, it was coming out in slow mo. You know,
Yes.
bullet time is
All
what
of
it's
their
called.
production value went into this. Okay.
but then
Yeah.
the husband father is just over the edge, like he jumped off. He doesn't have a
It's-
bullet wound. He has no blood around him. He's just like on the ground in like a little
Like in a chalk pose.
yeah, a
position,
chalk pose, a little sexy chalk
Just
pose.
like that.
And
He's fine. He's just taking a little nap.
Okay, so what that actually wasn't a bullet. It was one of those guns that have like
Like
a
an air
punch.
buffer? Yeah.
It's actually just a thing that punches you.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He got punched over the edge.
It was a punch bullet.
That's
it was
like-
a punch gun.
That's my favorite part of this film because
Me too.
out of the two options that Patrick gave me, I watched the first 10 minutes of each.
Yes.
And that got me.
Yeah.
That was in the
Dedication.
first
I'm
10
in.
minutes, and
I'm
I was
in.
like, all right, I'm in.
Yep. And that's how it goes. The first 10 minutes, you know if you're
Yeah.
in for a ride of some kind,
Uh-huh.
or you know you just can't.
But let me just tell you, I chose the wrong movie. I watched both of them. I chose the wrong one.
Hey, it's okay. It makes it more fun for us
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Because the other one we were going to talk about was Alyssa Milano.
Oh, okay.
And we love Alyssa Milano.
We do,
But
we do.
We'll get her on another one. Maybe she'll do a Christmas one. I'm sure she will. So, yeah, the hooded figure goes downstairs, steals the husband father's messenger bag, and then we get the title card.
Yep.
That was just the title card. Goodness.
Oh, wow.
I know.
lot.
A lot happening. Flash to 9 years later, we're at the University of California, Berkeley. We meet Bailey. She's a college student. Actually, you were a college student at one time.
I was.
Not so long ago, just like me.
Yeah,
And,
totally.
She has a center part. She loves georocks. Her room is like all georocks,
Yeah.
and she's like packing them up in a suitcase. She's like going home for summer,
Yeah.
you know, and she is gonna be like living with her mom. But she was supposed to go to a really expensive summer like intensive program for georocks.
Yeah, like geology.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's what it's called.
Yeah, and they couldn't afford it. It was at
I
the,
think you're saying a redundancy.
a georock.
Georock? Wouldn't that be
don't-
the same?
Well,
It'd be like saying
technically, yeah,
Earth-
because like you're saying Earth
rock.
rock. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
Or like a geode. A geode.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
With like
Gotcha.
the little like pretty crystal
Yeah.
things
Crystal-
inside.
Gotcha. Yep. A geode.
Yeah, it's like the only rock I care about.
Right.
So
Because it's pretty.
it's pretty.
Purple.
But they don't have the funds to go to the Grand Canyon, so she's going to be staying at her mom. She has a friend named Fee who she FaceTimes while she's like getting her car
But
packed
it's
up,
so
which
awkward.
is really weird.
It's so awkward because she's like waving the phone around, which you don't do that when you're on FaceTime with people.
I don't know. I've seen like on public because this is a thing with me. If you FaceTime in public,
Right,
on
it's
public
weird.
transportation, you're a terrorist. I think you're
Yeah.
a terrorist and you should be
Really?
arrested for terrorism.
Oh my god! But what if you have like your headphones on?
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Why?
It's the same as a phone call.
Same as a phone call. Don't talk on the phone.
What if
when
it's
you're
an
on the train.
emergency?
It's not.
What if they
Then it's-
really
it's
just want to
not.
see their face and connect?
Do it later. Do it later.
Okay. All right. So, yes, Fee is excited for Bailey to come home. And she's like, also, I'm really excited for you to see Anders, your ex-boyfriend. And I really want you to get together.
What?
Yeah.
She's like shipping for them, you know?
Okay.
She's like, yes, I want them to be together.
Is she telling her that?
She is. And Bailey's like, I broke up with him because he didn't go to college and he's a loser.
Yeah, that is like we find that out later, but
Okay.
it's like the worst reason because she was like, "Oh no, he broke up with me," but really she broke up with him and she was mad at him for no reason.
For not
Okay.
going to college. It's like, not everyone goes to college, Bailey.
Yeah.
Not everyone has a center part and studies rocks,
Calm
okay? Relax. You can't afford to go to the Grand Canyon, you poor person. Anyways, so this movie has crazy bonkers music, which I brought a clip of because I don't know what was going on with this music, but I'm going to play you the music. I'm not going to show you the clip
Some sweet dubstep.
because I want you to hear this. Here it is.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you the clip. Yeah, you get the idea.
No, I hated this scene because she literally walked right past her mother, and she's like, "Mom, where are you?"
Yeah, her mom's like on the like a little like bike or something,
Yeah.
like
Working
exercising.
out.
She's living a healthy life, and Bailey's like, "Mom, that's weird. You never work out." And the mom's like, I am home alone. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I'm a
live my
vegan
best
now."
life. Yeah, I'm not eating meat anymore.
I'm Vanessa Marcil. Of course I work out.
Yeah, of course she works out. She looks great. But things have changed since Bailey has left. So she, she's a vegetarian. She works out. Oh, and by the way, she has a new fiance.
Okay.
She breaks the news to Bailey at like a lunch. They're at lunch. And again, the sound mixing at that lunch was really strange. It was like the background music was way
Oh,
too
God.
loud, or the background like talking, like way up.
Oh, this is-
So bad sound mixing.
Everything on like the sound is terrible.
Yes,
oh,
and
that's too bad.
the waiter shows up. So Bailey is like, "I'll take a crepe, please."
Yeah.
And
She's like, "Actually, I don't like this juice that you gave me. Can I have something else, please?"
yeah, and Vanessa Marcil is like, "Ah, ha, ha, daughter, that's my fiance." What's his name?
Oh.
Hugo.
Hugo. And he sits down. And to be fair, he did look like a waiter.
I mean, he didn't have a name tag on.
He was wearing
so,
a
like,
black shirt and black pants.
I mean,
He
That
had
means you're a waiter.
He had a towel on his arm and a tray. So I'm
but
with Bailey on this one.
Before he sat down, like he was like, "Hey, Bailey," and he was like grabbing her shoulders and like touching her.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
It's getting really stepfather's secret
Yeah.
up in here.
Yeah.
Not cool, not cool.
His secret? He
he's,
likes all ladies and touches people.
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
He also has a like one of those armband tattoos, so you know, like he's like definitely like an older man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not like in the last one with Vanessa Marcil, I think her boyfriend was like a young man, and that's why it was like scandalous. And then this one, he's like, you know, he's like equal age with Vanessa Marcil.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Why do people not?
they don't get those anymore. I don't think.
I
don't
knew that. I'm
Arm
young.
tattoos like
I'm
that?
fan-
I'm young. We're young. We know
Oh,
that.
yeah, we're
Wait,
young.
we know that.
Actually, right? We
Yeah.
don't do arm tattoos
Yeah, no,
anymore.
it's not cool
Armband
anymore.
tattoos. You
No
do like
arm-
a whole sleeve now. Right.
Or very minimalist.
Right.
A dot.
Like
on
breathe.
your forearm.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dot.
okay.
Yeah.
got it.
Okay. Cool. So Bailey's
You
really
cowards.
Yeah.
You young little cowards.
Bailey is very upset about how fast things are moving, and she gets even more upset when she learns that Hugo has moved in and is like all his stuff is in her room.
Yeah.
He has like protein shakes in the garage.
Ugh.
That's okay. So my problems with that are like the fact that, okay, it's been a year since Bailey's been gone off to college, and her
Yes.
mom didn't tell her any of this. She told her it when she got back home, and it's like that's not something that you just drop on your daughter
Okay.
like that. Like, I understand why she was mad.
Right.
Like, it's did
Yeah.
you not have any contact at all? And like then he was just sleeping in her room, and like the car thing, like
and there's
yeah.
a desktop computer
Yeah.
in her room that she's like, someone's been trying to log into my computer.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's Hugo. I bet it's Hugo.
Yeah.
But the mom's just like, oh, I'll make everything right. Don't worry about it. Let's drink some green smoothies
yeah.
and just like have a time, right? Just
chill out over some
out. Yeah.
smoothies.
She's like, you are such a teenager. You go to college once and now you think you know everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's like really just like kind of downplaying everything and trying to smooth things over. So we get a flashback at this point to little Bailey.
I hated
This
the
was
flashbacks.
so dumb. She's at home waiting for her baking soda. You know, she's got the volcano ready. She's got the vinegar. Mm-hmm. She's waiting.
All she needs is that
She has
baking soda.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, she gets the police, and it's like the lights flashing and the sirens. And you know, we're to assume that they told her that her dad died, and they were like, "Where's your mom?" And
Yeah.
she's like, "She's on the elliptical."
She's on the elliptical.
Listening
just
to really
working
weird
out.
music. I don't know what she's doing. No. Yes.
Doing some
No.
Zumba.
She also has another vision or like memory of her dad teaching her how to use the computer, and he's like, Control Alt Delete, Control Alt Delete, and she's
Yeah.
like, Control Alt Delete, got it.
And then they talk about rocks for a second, which was just like, I'm into rocks. My name is Bailey.
I'm little Bailey.
And I
Right.
like rocks.
I'm
but
little Bailey. I like rocks.
Yes.
the weirdest thing about that flashback too is that she's watching it happen and she's like crying and she's like I understand flashbacks happen in your
Oh,
head, but
yeah,
they
yeah, when she's, like-
shoot it to like make it look like
Yeah.
she's watching it.
Okay.
Yeah,
it.
and this happens actually a lot.
Yeah.
I don't mind those kind of flashbacks.
It was not with
I don't
that
mind
actress's
that.
face.
No, probably not. We're
Yeah,
just like,
it was it. You know,
Yeah.
she's a new actress. She's been
Or-
in a couple Lifetime movies, but she's getting the hang of it.
yeah, okay.
So it didn't necessarily work.
Or I guess as I like them as a transition to the
Sure.
flashback, whether it's like, so you don't have to. They don't have to like be standing there being like,
No, it was
No,
like it
it's
was
like-
like intercut.
Intercut.
Okay, yeah.
Intercut.
So like you would see the flashback, see her watching the flashback, then back to the flashback,
reacting
and
to the
then, like, a
flashback,
tear.
remembering having a tear.
okay,
Yeah.
this is-
Comment.
We
like,
get it. Where
she's
it's the
like
flashback.
shocked when the police come. You see her like her face. She's like shocked.
Yeah.
She's like the police. I remember that. I remember where the police were.
Like,
there.
why are you shocked? You know that would happen,
Right.
Yeah.
It's your memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we mentioned the garage and how Hugo has these protein shakes or some like a bunch of health
Mm-hmm.
equipment because he
Sure.
is the reason Vanessa Marcel's getting all into health.
Yeah.
He's like pushing her to do it, and
Typical
he's-
stepdads.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but she can't get her car out, and she's like, "Oh, I have to go meet up my friends at the cafe."
Yeah, which by the way, like, if you look at a shot later, she could have totally gotten her car out because it's not on the door side of the garage. Like, she just had to move some boxes. I have all the problems.
Well, she was in a big hurry, you know? You know when you're a teenager and you have to go to Starbucks? It's very, very life or
That's
death.
exactly
I need
what
to meet my friends! Yes. So
Man.
Hugo's like, you can borrow my car. And, of course, it's a car with his face plastered all over it, like advertising his protein shakes, you know?
Oh, okay, so he's a protein shake guy.
Yeah, he's
That's
like a
his
health
shit?
guy. So she's
Okay.
driving the car.
He's got his own
around.
protein shakes, though.
He does.
Good for him.
He's got a business that he just started 2 months ago.
Great.
He's a healthy living consultant.
Yes.
That's what his title is.
2 months into the business.
Brilliant.
Getting it going. So Bailey meets up with Fee. Again, the cafe had very strange music playing throughout the scene. And it's basically setting up like Anders shows up at the cafe. Fee set it up so they would both meet at the cafe and reconnect. And it doesn't go well because Bailey's really mean to him.
Yeah.
Like, really mean. She's like, you're an idiot. You're ugly.
Hey, idiot.
Yeah. And, like, these actors...
Not good to see you, idiot.
These actors are also very young. So, like, I couldn't even, like, get into this whole storyline because I'm like, these people are 12.
Because they're,
Yeah.
They're on Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I thought Anders was cute, but like...
Well, I was going to say, you like twinks, so, you know.
Don't call me out like that, Patrick.
I'm sorry.
How could you?
It's fine.
I mean, he's a cute boy.
Yeah.
He's a cute boy.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
a cute boy. He's not a twink. You're right.
I guess. I don't
Thanks.
know.
Thank
He
you.
was on the originals. Okay. Anyway. Anyway.
Okay, Drew's into it, too. Drew likes twinks.
Anyway, I love him. I love twinks.
Drew loves twinks, too, so you're fine.
Drew's secret. Now in Lifetime.
Drew's
And, like-
secret. I've watched the originals.
Yes. The big dig that she gets in on Anders, Bailey gets in on Anders, is he brings her a coffee and she like looks at him and she's like, I drink chai lattes now.
And then she walks away.
So he walks away. She's
Jeez.
like, I go to California, Berkeley, whatever school, and I drink chai lattes.
Are we supposed to give a shit or like her at all?
You know, we never do.
Okay.
I hated
I
her.
can't say we like her.
That's too bad,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, and Fee's like trying to convince her that Anders is perfect and like he's a good person, and she's saying like, "Hey, I don't mind being a third wheel here. I'm just wanting you two to get together." And I'm like, Fee, have some self-respect.
Fee,
Yeah.
look at me.
You're a beautiful woman. You know,
Great style.
You're a
great
beautiful
style. Yes, and I'm like, respect yourself. Don't say you're the perfect third wheel. You can find your other wheel, or you don't even need a wheel. Be
Girl.
a unicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fee, come on.
It was a man riding a woman, and I didn't like it. Okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, Stefan. Whoever you are. Stefan, Steven. I don't know. So Bailey's driving home from Starbucks, really mad. It's not Starbucks.
Oh, but Steven, we'll totally have you on the show if you want to be on the show.
Sure, yes.
To explain yourself.
Yes.
Because
Your name specifically.
you may need some. You may need to explain yourself.
Right. So she's on her way home. She's a car is trailing her, Bailey. And she's like, what's going on? What's going
Oh,
on?
yeah. Bailey's catchphrase is, "What the hell?"
I mean, you did that really good. You
She
must
said
have
it
some
so
acting
many times.
experience. Yeah,
Oh my God.
she really did say what the hell all the time.
What the hell?
Who the hell is that?
What the hell?
What the hell?
I love it. But she should be saying what the hell because it's a man in a like muscle tee and he's like got a shaved head and
Yeah,
he
he's
comes
bald.
up.
Okay.
Comes up very menacingly. She like rolls down the window and he like looks in and he's like, "Sorry, wrong person." Goes back in his car, pulls away, and she's like, "That was strange.
Yeah.
That
What
was
the hell?"
weird. What?
What the hell?
Yes. But she goes and she's like, "Hugo, someone was following me," and Tina comes up with her like shake and she's like, "What happened,
Yeah.
baby doll?" And Hugo's like, "Oh, don't worry. It was probably just someone who wanted to ask about my protein shakes. You know, my face is on the car. So when
Reasonable.
they saw it was a teenager, they were like, oh, she doesn't know anything about this."
She couldn't. How could she?
So did he like? How did he? Did she just stop the car?
The man like cut her off
Yeah.
because she was
Oh.
like
It was
narrating
aggressive.
what was happening,
Oh.
and she was like, "What's going on?" And then he like
the hell?
pulled around her. What the hell? And then he pulled around her, cut her off, got out the car, and then he was
oh,
like,
you reverse full reverse.
Yes. So, Bailey's getting...
Come on, guys. right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's enough. We've all listened to enough murder podcasts and watched enough of these Lifetime movies. We know
We
full
would
reverse.
be, yes, we would be safe. But
There's a guy
Bailey doesn't know.
Not yet.
So
Bailey.
the wedding happens because they were married. They
Oh yeah,
got
it was
married.
happening that Saturday. So like Bailey
Oh.
got in town, and then they were like, "The wedding's happening this weekend, surprise!"
Yes.
What?
That was
Yeah.
another thing that justifies her being upset. Like,
Yeah,
he
okay.
doesn't live there. But oh yeah, they're getting married. Oh yeah, it's on Saturday. Oh yeah, you're not in the wedding. She wasn't in the wedding.
Yeah, no, she was.
She was?
She was, because it's like the funniest part of the wedding. Her mom is standing there at the altar with Hugo, and her mom has like her bouquet, and she's standing right next to her with her bouquet. And her mom, like, Hugo goes to like take her hands, and the mom like slaps the bouquet at Bailey, and Bailey's like, "What the heck? What the hell?"
What?
Yes. So
What the fuck?
that was really weird. And that was like so attempted to be comedy.
My
Yeah.
slogan is what the fuck?
Yes.
Always.
For sure. So
What the fuck?
after the wedding, Hugo is again caressing
Ugh.
Bailey's back, and she does yell, "What the hell?" at this point.
Yeah.
Again, because I wrote it down, and she's like, "What the hell? Don't touch
Don't
me!"
touch me.
And Tina's like, "Oh my God, Bailey, apologize to Hugo.
Yeah.
He was just giving you a back massage like a stepfather does to his stepdaughter."
Yeah, but it was at like this point where I was really worried about what his secret was.
Yes,
because it
me
was like a
too.
close-up shot of his hands on her back rubbing up, and I was like, Lifetime did not just go there. Like,
Right. You
I
know,
mean, they go to places.
they do. They do.
definitely go to
But
places.
we weren't expecting that for this one.
yeah.
Okay.
Or it might not happen, but
Like,
it might.
I've never hoped for a serial killer more than I did watching this movie.
Right.
You're like,
yes.
please let this be a serial
Yeah.
killer. I really want it to be,
So
but you guys are giving me some clues. It's not gonna.
right. Fee shows up at the wedding, and she's like, "Hey, someone dropped off this package, and it's a clock. This clock doesn't even come into play."
No, it doesn't.
Never mind. Moving on.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Someone just
A random guy.
So a whole scene of
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
someone came and gives her a clock.
A stranger gives her a clock. The clock never comes back. Never comes back.
It's I mean, I guess it like sets up Hugo being like, "Ooh, something. Like,
Something mysterious is going
someone's
on.
coming after me or whatever."
What?
But,
Don't know.
And it's a clock.
Yeah.
Like
Like an
you-
alarm clock, like one of those like
With
old,
like the bells, and it's
yeah.
like ding, 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 ding.
Oh, like
that.
like a cartoon,
Yeah,
like a cartoon
Yes.
clock.
it was a wedding gift too.
Yeah. So now that they're married, Tina and Hugo, or Vanessa Marcil and Hugo are trying to lay the law down with Bailey. So they're like, "No phone at the dinner table," and she's like, "Are you kidding me right now? Like, no, we're not doing that." And she's like, "You're not my father. You don't get to tell me what to do." Like the very stereotypical stepfather stepdaughter relationship.
Sure. Yeah.
And it gets escalated.
Which they don't have one
No.
No.
It's
because
They just met.
They just met each other.
it's way out of it gets blown way out of proportion. Vanessa
No, but
Marcil,
yeah,
like,
I
is,
hate that,
being
like,
like really shady.
Yeah, it was
to her
mom
daughter.
who was like really enforcing it, where she was like, "This is my house, these are my rules," or whatever. And I was just like, "Mom, calm down."
Yeah, like, why are you getting
Mom.
so out of control? So Bailey storms out. She goes to take a shower. Okay. Again, we're getting scared with the shower. Like,
Okay.
she's in the shower, and
Right.
we're getting the whole scene of her in the shower, like, washing her hair. I'm like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But it's the phone is like on like the counter on her computer by her computer, and she puts it down. She comes out of the shower. It's gone. Okay.
Gotcha.
She comes downstairs. I don't know if she's in her towel, but she's like, "Who took my phone?" And they're like, "We didn't take your phone. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?" So
I mean, but while this is happening, like Hugo is giving the mom like a massage in the living room.
Yeah.
Like of all places, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, that's good." And like Bailey's on the stairs, just like, "Where's my phone? What the hell?"
What the hell?
It was
What's
so
that?
weird. Yeah, they're doing a whole sexy
Yeah.
Sexy
massage
massage
downstairs
jam.
while Bailey's upstairs looking for her phone. And
Okay.
she's like talking to her mom. I'm trying to see if this is the next day. The next morning she finds the phone like under the desk.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, it must have fell." But
And Detective Bailey's like picking it up, and she's like doing little like experiments of how it would fall off the table, and
Yes.
she's like flipping it in her hands.
So she goes down to talk to her mom about it. She's like, it's kind of weird. Like, I think Hugo might be spying on me. I saw, like, the webcam was on.
Yeah.
And I'm just getting, like, an uncomfortable feeling about this. And the mom is like, oh, who's Hugo? Like, what's going on? She's, like, very confused now. She, like, she's, like, not following what Bailey's saying. And Bailey's like, are you on drugs right now? Like, what's going on?
You know, I was going to call that.
Yeah, and she's thinking her mom is like smoking some weed.
I know his secret.
You know?
Yeah.
That vegan lifestyle.
Yeah, right.
So Vanessa Marcil texts Bailey to go for a run, but she's tricking her because she's, again, setting her up to hang out with Hugo.
Yep.
Kind of like how Fee set up her to hang up with Anders.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yes. So they're going for a run and establishing like good healthy habits. And like I'm like, oh, this is when stuff goes down,
No,
right?
because before, I just want to mention something. Before that, Hugo says something along the lines of, you can't hang with a guy twice your age. Because when she gets there, she sees Hugo and she's like, I don't want to be here, bye. And then he says that and I was just like, this is not.
What?
Please stop this.
Getting a little creepy,
Yeah.
but no, they just go for a run, and I thought he was gonna like attack her in the woods or something, but no, the car with the muscle man pulls up,
No,
and then
it's so funny.
Yeah.
Because like, so they stop, they like make a lap around and they stop where their cars are at, and then the muscle man pulls up. And then Hugo's like, I'm going to go do another lap. He, like, starts to run away. And the muscle man slowly, like, backs away from, like, their cars. Because he's like, oh, Hugo's leaving. I got to go.
yeah,
What the fuck is happening?
right.
What the hell?
Yes. So we go back home, and Bailey's asking her mom to like to go to the doctor. 'Cause she's like, something is seriously wrong with you. And Vanessa Marcel's like, I just get really tired all the time, and actually I'm gonna fall asleep right now. And she falls asleep on the couch.
I'm just going to take a nap right here.
And then Bailey goes and finds Hugo in her room folding her underwear, and she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just doing laundry. And she's like, you're actually folding my underwear, and that's really inappropriate. Get out of my room. And he leaves, and he's like, he says, oh, the workout weirdo has some things to do, because the workout weirdo is what he's referring to himself. Like, he's got to go do other stuff.
Okay.
And Bailey texts Fee that on her phone earlier.
Yeah.
So now she knows that he was looking at her
yeah,
text,
yeah,
and he's like monitoring her phone.
Yep.
So Bailey recruits Anders, the boyfriend
that
she
she yelled
doesn't
at.
she doesn't need,
That she was
because
being a
now she
fucking
needs
bitch
something
to.
from him. She needs him to do some hacker stuff. Okay,
Ooh, because he's a hacker?
sure.
Anders is a hacker?
He's
Yeah.
basically scrolling through like Excel documents. You know.
Yeah.
That's basically what's happening here. And
Very fast.
he's like, oh, someone has set up a mirror on your phone and they're watching everything you do. And, oh, I'm looking at Hugo's website and it's been active for 5 years. He hasn't been doing this for 2 months. Like, he's lying to you. And Bailey's like, oh my God, this is crazy. She like goes into the garage and she like does more snooping through his stuff.
Yeah.
She finds a flash drive or something.
Yeah.
And it has a big
One
N
little-
on it. And it's the same N that the company of her father worked on.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
The plot thickens.
I mean, it was already...
And she almost gets caught by Hugo, of course.
But it's like, because she takes a picture of it on her phone. And at that point, I was like, he's looking at your
It's like,
phone.
what are you doing?
Yeah. And like,
Right,
and then
Getting
2
married.
seconds later.
Mirrored. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 seconds
Which you
later, he's like,
can't-
Bailey.
Yes. So the next morning, Hugo's making the shakes, you know? And if we learned anything from a Lifetime movie, never trust a shake unless you make it yourself.
No, yeah.
Never trust a shake unless you make it yourself. I'm going to say it again, everyone. This happens all the time. But Bailey, he's like making the shake for Vanessa Marcil, and Vanessa's like, Bailey, do you want one? And Hugo's like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he has like this Ziploc bag of powder
Yeah.
that he put in the mom's shake.
But not in Bailey's.
Yeah.
And then Bailey's like, what was that? And he's like, oh, it's like creatine for your muscles.
Yeah.
Whatever. And she's like, that's weird. I don't believe you.
Yeah. And then we get Detective Bailey coming in with all the hard-hitting questions.
Right. But basically she doesn't really find out anything. But Vanessa Marcil, again, is like, you know, be lenient on Hugo. Like, you're comparing him to your father, who you actually don't know that well. He left us in financial ruin. You couldn't go to the Grand Canyon, and it's his fault. How are we going to pay for college? We have no money.
Okay.
You know?
Sure.
And Bailey's like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought Dad saved us a bunch of money. He's always very fiscally responsible.
That doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Something else. Probably doesn't come back.
So Fee and Anders are again helping Bailey. They trail him in their car, and they're in a Volkswagen Beetle, which is really funny because it's so not a trailing car.
No, because that's a very noticeable car.
Yeah.
And Hugo meets up with the muscle man, and they're talking, and they can't hear him, and they're like, "Oh no, we can't hear." And Anders is like, "Hold on 1 second, not kidding." Roll. So the men are talking on like a pier or something, and there's like a sidewalk. He's in the car, Anders. Okay. He says, hold on a second. Then we see him coming the opposite direction of the car on a skateboard in a completely different outfit with sunglasses on and like a gray hoodie. And he puts his phone next to where the men are standing.
He calls the girls, and they're like, it's Anders.
So they can hear him on speakerphone.
So
he snuck out of the car, ran around, got a different outfit and a skateboard, and finagled that little trick. Okay.
And they're like by the beach, all right? And the phone is on the ground. The men are standing. You're not going to be able to hear them.
No.
Like.
Yeah, no, probably not. Well, I mean, if you're like a hacker, you know, because
got
it's different
the
when
hacker phone.
You got that hacker's audio. The hacker audio.
Yes.
See, it's different. I know because I'm an audio guy, so it's hacker audio is different
Right.
than normal audio.
Got it.
But they don't really find out that much. They just find out that like money's hidden somewhere, and Hugo's looking for money, and they're gonna go to the cabin. There's a cabin, I guess, that the dad used to own, the father. Okay. And Vanessa Marcil, they're gonna get Vanessa Marcil to meet them, and then they're gonna like convene about how to get away from Hugo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they go to the cabin. It's really like a rundown shack. It's not a cabin. It's not very nice. And Bailey has a lot of good memories, and like we get to see like some of the memories, and there's like a treasure box
More
that her dad gave her.
flashbacks.
Yes. And the plan starts to go haywire because Hugo sends Tina to a fitness recruit, like a boot camp for a week. She'll be gone.
Great.
And she didn't tell anyone. She'll be unreachable for 10 days. Sorry. But so it's just Bailey and Hugo home alone now. Okay.
All right.
And Bailey gets an alert that someone's like trying to log into her laptop. She's at the cabin, so she like does she rush home? I think she does.
I don't remember.
Oh, you know what they do?
Yeah. No, they talk about it for a little bit.
Yeah. They go to. This is when the movie gets real racist.
Yeah.
And real not cool. So they go to like an Asian man, and he's like talking in an Asian, like very put on like accent.
No, it's like totally done in post because I was like watching the actor's lips.
It's dubbed. Oh
yeah,
no.
and so like I think the actor had a regular accent, like he was
like a normal
like
voice.
a normal person.
Yeah. And they did it over.
They did it in like broken English.
Yeah.
And like I don't know what the choice was there, but he is just like talking about an e-wallet. And how there's money on this e-wallet. It's linked to Bailey's computer somehow, and the person's trying to log into the computer to get the password for the e-wallet. Okay. And he's like, you need to go talk to Hiro Magasaki.
You need to talk to Hiro Magasaki.
Yes, he's a tech mogul, and they go talk to him, and again, he is also talking in this broken English type of thing.
Dubbed over.
And
then like they dub over yes,
right?
They dub over yes and replace it with like hi.
No.
It turns out that Hugo, it turns out that Hiro Magasaki worked with Bailey's dad on some type of tech encryption thing for financing.
So his name is Hiro Nagasaki.
Magasaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think it's Magasaki.
Sure.
Hiro Magasaki. Great.
Right.
This is
so
all right.
They work together on that. They both died the same way. They both got like shot over a ledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you see the dad's death. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to see the
same bullet
come out again.
Okay. Yeah. We see Hiro's dad die.
Yeah. And he's like
way.
yelling in dubbed over broken English again.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yes. Everyone has a terribly inappropriate accent.
Yeah.
And Hugo worked in the same building as the father. He worked in a gym in the same building.
Which I'm just gonna say.
So the guy who plays hero,
Yeah.
actually is like,
Japanese?
yeah, he actually is Japanese.
Okay, well then maybe he was legit.
Toshiya Agata, yeah, he was like in Ghost in the Shell and stuff.
Oh,
so
you-
he's
so-
legit.
okay.
Like an actual Japanese
Fine.
name.
The
So
way they shot
sometimes
it.
they might like it. The Japanese accent, I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes actually it sounds like they are making fun of the Japanese accent.
Okay,
that we're
okay,
doing.
got it.
Just so you know, like
Well,
it
good.
does actually sometimes. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that sounds racist, but it's not. It's actually just like, oh no, that is literally the accent.
Okay, well if that's the case, then good job casting people.
Yeah.
But it was just like it was
It
unnecessary.
played so differently.
Yeah.
And like
Right,
it
yeah,
didn't
right.
it didn't need to go this route with the whole like Japanese tie-in thing.
I mean, he's
It-
bringing it.
It was just
bringing
out
it.
of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Home here, okay.
Yeah. So, all right, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I have so much more notes. So, let me see. Hugo works the same building.
Man, that
blah,
gets
blah, blah.
crazy now.
So we're at the cabin again. Okay, we'll just jump back to the cabin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bailey gets a call that the mom is safe. So she was like in captivity or something, and Anders
was-
got her.
yeah.
Who knows? He got her out of the boot camp, and Vanessa Marcil is like not believing it. So he calls Bailey, and he's like, "Okay, I have your mom on the phone." And Bailey is like, Hugo's like trying to get into the cabin because he realizes that she knows what's going on, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you, and I'm gonna get that password. I'm gonna get all your money."
Yeah, and he has a gun now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
and he
it's-
goes, gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then-
as soon as he comes out. And
Yeah.
he
Right.
tries to pull a push door, which is why he can't get into the cabin.
It's
And
like a
he's
screen door,
Yeah.
but he can't get in.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not very smart. Huh?
But he's like shouting, like he's like saying all this terrible stuff. He's like, I didn't even want to be with your mom. Like she's just a gateway to all this money.
Yeah.
And then Vanessa Marcel's on
On the
speakerphone, and
phone.
she's like, how could you say that about me?
Yeah.
You know?
Gotcha.
He's like, I'm Vanessa Marcil, okay?
That's a perfect Vanessa Marcil. by
You
the
know,
way.
I've seen a lot of Vanessa Marcil
Yeah.
on General Hospital. But Bailey runs into the woods to try to get Hugo to follow her to like throw him off, like whatever she's trying to do.
She had so like the big thing here too is the fact that like whatever passcode for the e-wallet, it's in this like treasure box that Bailey had with her dad when she was little because she's into rocks. And they put rocks in the treasure
It's
box.
hidden.
And it's
Cool.
funny because Bailey leaves the cabin with the treasure box, but then she drops it. And then she runs back to her car, and there's no point in her having taken it. Like, it's just gone.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, all right.
Yeah.
So, yes. So then what happens is the gun, like Hugo is holding Bailey at gunpoint, and she's like, I'm not going to tell you what you need to know. Like, just like shoot me. And then Vanessa Marcel's like, actually shoot me for real. Shoot me then. Don't shoot my daughter. And they're like arguing about who's going to shoot who.
Well, I have to shoot someone.
And while they're arguing, of course, Anders comes and saves the day with a shovel, and he hits Hugo with the
Well,
shovel.
First, Bailey, like, elbows Hugo, which causes Hugo to shoot Mom in the leg, which, pointless.
That's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, and then Anders comes, saves the day.
If you're gonna get shot, yeah,
Yeah.
get shot in the leg.
Right. So, but of
shot in
course,
that leg,
you
man.
know,
It's fine.
Anders is just a little twink. So his shovel hitting's not that hard. And Hugo wakes up and then strangles Anders. And then I think someone shoots him.
Well, the gun gets out of his hand. Bailey picks it up and threatens to shoot him.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
And
very,
it's, like,
like,
backwards.
aggressive. I will shoot you.
I'll shoot you. Well,
the hell?
The gun. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, it's backwards. What the hell?
So the police show up. They arrest Hugo. Bailey gets her treasure box out, and it's just a picture of her dad and her. And she's like looking for a number on the back or something. There's no number, but she realizes, like, she's talking to Vanessa Marcil, and they realize the year they started college could be the password. So they put in 20. They don't show the end year because they want this to go on in time forever and and always be shown as present day
Yikes.
with
No.
their high tech. And they get $3 million. And then Bailey buys Anders and Fee college. She buys them college.
She buys them some college.
You know, she's doing it the right way, not like Lori Loughlin, like pretending to be on the crew team. She just straight up buys college, and they go to college. She can date Anders now because he's in college.
Going to college now.
And it's a happy, happy day.
They thank Dad in heaven.
So the password was
The year
That she
started college.
that she started college.
Which could be 2019, could be 2020, could be 2015.
Was that? No.
Could be 2000. Could be anytime.
Yeah, no idea.
Okay. On the
That's
podcast.
for having all this secretive shit.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That would be if I was trying to hack into an account.
Right.
And I was like determined to do it.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like poisoning mothers and stuff. Whatever.
Yes. You would have tried.
That would have been probably like the 5th password I would have tried.
Well, he only gets 3 tries a day.
My daughter's
3 tries
birthday,
a day.
certain thing.
No,
like,
they mentioned that. They were like, the birthday would have been too easy. And my dad knew that. Like, they were all detective kids.
Okay, all right. Ashley, on the podcast, we
Yes.
put a cork in it. What are you going to do to this movie?
Oh, I've already deleted the recording off of my thing, so I'm going to put a cork in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. How about you?
Yeah, I'm going to put a cork in it. I don't know. I didn't get it. I do love Eddie McClintock, though. He was in a show on the Sci-Fi Channel called Warehouse 13. And,
Okay,
and he was
wonderful.
he's very funny. He's actually a very good comedic actor.
Perfect.
So
Well, I
just
thought
saying.
this was a comedy, so, like,
Yes.
watching
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Maybe he did too. I don't know.
I'm
Maybe they
also
didn't tell him.
putting a cork in it because this was really confusing and
Yeah.
also like not my jams, and it did get a little like rapey weird.
Yeah.
So don't misdirect me in that direction in Lifetime. That's really
Yeah, like
Yeah.
rude.
I know what he just wanted the money from the thing. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
So
You
then
should
make
have been
that
just like a
make that
churning-
known at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Whatever. So put a cork in it.
Putting a cork.
Okay, before we go, we have our favorite segment of this week and every week, except for
Yeah.
Candace, of course. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure.
Yeah.
Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure, the segment where we watch Candace's Instagram and we talk about it. So today's
excited.
clip I have for you, Ashley. You're a lady of fashion.
Ooh.
So I have a little fashion post.
Okay. I have no idea who this woman is,
Okay,
but
great.
I love everything about
Wonderful.
this segment.
Yourself, do not wear a jumpsuit to the hockey rink. Because when you gotta pee, the whole thing has to come off, and it's freezing.
Okay. That is the clip. So, words of wisdom from Candace.
Yeah.
So, if you don't wear your pantsuit to the hockey rink,
Don't
it
wear
gets cold and you're
jumpsuit.
naked. You're naked and you have to pee.
I love that one. Don't wear a jumpsuit to a hockey rink. That's that.
Why? Why is the bathroom cold?
Well, because I guess it's ice everywhere.
That's.
I
mean, it's a cute jumpsuit.
I feel like maybe she meant something else.
right? Or maybe
Like
she's like
what?
in the VIP section,
You
which
know-
is like really close to the rink, so she has
And
like
there's
a
a bathroom right there.
Right. She's not going to like the public bathroom.
No.
Oh, no.
She's
Oh,
like
God.
in the one right off the rink, so it probably is colder because it's like right there.
I feel like it's like it's one of the it's like old. I don't know, like the opposite of those like random Southern sayings. It's
Yes.
like don't blah 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 and a blue blue blue. I feel like that would be the most Canadian. Like she's not Canadian, but that is
Yeah.
like the most. It would be like the most Canadian. It would mean like don't bring a blah 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 to a whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
don't roller skate in the buffalo herd. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of crap. So I think it's good advice. I think it means something
Okay.
different. We'll have
Well,
to figure it out.
We
but,
learned something today.
Yeah.
Yes. So don't wear your pantsuit to a hockey
Don't.
game.
Wait,
Classic
it's
saying.
Don't wear a jumpsuit
Jumpsuit.
to a hockey rink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Words to live by.
Yep.
Okay.
God damn. So
Actually,
good. So
yes.
smart.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug in the pluggy time of the show? You don't have to.
I don't think so.
Okay, wonderful. Drew, how about you?
No, just my band, Little Limbos. Listen to them.
Wonderful.
We're on Spotify and all that shit.
Wow.
All right. Thank you both for being here.
Of course.
Thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies, so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick Miguel or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. I believe that is all. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.